come with me on a work trip to Melbourne. I was recently flown out by my company that I'm currently freelancing with to Melbourne, to the other side of the world and a whole other hemisphere. I had 5 days of work, but I had 4 days either side to kind of explore. So I went to the aquarium and saw these great fish, not to mention these jellyfish, which my niece absolutely adored. This was the Melbourne sea life and it was just so much fun. This humongous crocodile though, I did not realise they got that big. Terrifying. These penguins were so cute though, look at this one. Just having a swim, just chilling, just having a fun time. It was great. I did a terrible thing though. I had a Starbucks coffee in Melbourne. I was shouted at by an Australian, but they were right. The indie coffee there is amazing and well worth having. I was there to work though, so this is a shot of me working, but I did get to go and have lunch in person with my colleagues, which is a really nice thing I don't normally get to do. The food was also incredible. One of our authors flew out to do some recording in one of our studios. It's an audio-based company, so there was a lot of this and it was good fun. And then on my last day of work, I actually went to the Yuyangs, but first we hit the market and went to this incredible patisserie. I had the best pain au chocolat of my life, not to mention another great iced coffee from an independent coffee shop because it was worthwhile. This is me walking up a mountain with a pain au chocolat. This is the coffee I got beforehand. It was great. Now we went to the Yuyangs to do some filming and we ran across some wild kangaroos, just like, chilling, just great time. The big one was called Barry the Badass, I was told, and he was a badass. He was huge. So this is the Yuyangs, this is the mountain range, and it was stunning. The sun came out later, and honestly, it was a vista. It was just beautiful. And yes, I was wearing a jumper because currently in Australia right now, it is winter time. And we were there quite early. It did later get very hot, and I ended up getting sunburned. Oh look, Barry the Badass was back. He genuinely hops away. I was told a few years before there was a giant fire in the Yuyangs, and this is one of the trees that was severely burnt and charred, but it has some gorgeous amber sap, and I just had to take a video of it. I love the fact that not only was I working, but I was also seeing more of the Australian countryside. Just adored it. Now, I struggled to find bookshops in Melbourne, but I did find City Basement Books. I spent 2 hours here perusing every single shelf. The books were quite pricey, about $8 to $10 each, but that equates to about £4 to £5, so not too bad. And given I was struggling to find any books in Melbourne, this was great. Ultimately, I didn't buy any of the books I showed you, but I did end up picking a book which was the original journalistic investigation that inspired the movie Spotlight. I then went to the Queen Victoria Market and found even more books, and I loved the range here, but again, the prices varied. There wasn't many sellers because it was lunchtime, so I ultimately didn't buy any. The food market was incredible, although there was kangaroo meat, which put me off my food a bit. The coffee, again, epic indie coffee. I regret the Starbucks so much. And then I went to Melbourne Zoo. I gotta say, I wasn't enamoured with this zoo. I didn't like the fact that a lot of animals were on their own. This tiger was pacing back and forth, which made me a bit nervy. The giraffes were lovely, and there was some really, really interesting Australian wildlife I would never seen before and up close, but wasn't my favourite. This Tasmanian devil, though, the cutest, devilish thing ever, and this platypus. Oh, and more jellyfish videos to send to my niece. All in all, a great work trip.